Oh, hey, what's going on, YouTubers? It's Niall, the brain of the mainframe of Crowdfunding Comics, and I'm here tonight with episode 3. And you may notice something a little strange is my partner's missing tonight. Or is he? Guys, tonight is an awesome episode because here we go to INDIEGOGO for Zombie-Samam. And we've got Billy on tonight, we've got the man John Broglia, and our good friend Mr. Soloff. Everyone, with further ado, welcome, guys. What is going on? Billy, John, Mike, how are we doing tonight?
What's up?
Doing great.
Good to see you, Johnny, as always. Niall, of course. I have the power. Professor Soloff, how are you today?
Fine. Bully.
Excellent.
Excellent. Today, So, Billy, John, tonight's the night.
Tonight,
it is the INDIEGOGO night. How are we feeling?
John?
Pretty good.
Come on, a little more enthusiasm, John. Come
on. I'm feeling pretty great, actually. You got your wine.
I've got my wine. I'm ready to go.
Oh, you got Soloff's got his booze.
Got his booze.
Where's yours, too?
Billy needs some booze here.
I need some scotch, bro.
A little scotch or something for the guy.
Do a little celebration tonight, and we're launching INDIEGOGO.
An INDIEGOGO. So, guys, you were on. So, you guys attempted. You did the. You guys got the Kickstarter going. Very successful. Everything was going great with that. We're now with high demand, and I've known because I witnessed it. The INDIEGOGO guys are saying, "Bring Zombie-Samam to us," and you did it. You brought it to them. What is different? What are you guys doing different for this campaign than what you guys did with the Kickstarter campaign?
Well, John, I think. Well, first of all, I think our the first thing is that our funding is only $10,000. We want, and our campaign is only for 16 days this time. We were successfully funded on INDIEGOGO on the Kickstarter, but we've heard it from a lot of the INDIEGOGO fans who told us that they don't do Kickstarter. They only want to go to INDIEGOGO. So John and I got together. We had a meeting. And we figured, well, hell, let's reach the widest audience possible, and let's go INDIEGOGO. I pledged this to a couple of INDIEGOGO campaigns myself. I'm new to it myself, and I just love the format. I love to work with them. I love how easy it is to work with them. I love how accommodating they are to creators. It's a no judgment zone, and it's really refreshing, right, John? I mean, do you agree? With that? And
Yeah, definitely. I've only I'm new to INDIEGOGO as well. I've only I think backed only 2 projects prior to this. But you don't put your comic book out in one store. You put it in out as many shops as you can. Yeah. So why just stick to Kickstarter? Let's try and get it out to INDIEGOGO, as many platforms as we can, and raise as much money as we can to secure the future of the book.
Yeah, well, and that's exactly it, because John, we've worked on this book for 2 years, and put a lot of blood, sweat, tears, especially John, and we haven't seen a dime from it. So but it's a labor of love for us. But the thing is now, the thing now is for that money, all the money we raise via the INDIEGOGO can help us project the book and do Zombie-Samam 2, Dorm of the Dead. Yeah. So we can get that ball rolling with that book and have that out in 2020. Because I don't know, John, you ready to draw another 64 pages and have that out?
I'm ready to draw another 100. Let's go.
Yeah, right. And so, the illustrations are phenomenal in the first book here. It's great. Now, how did Zombie-Samam come to be? Like, what were you guys doing? And I can't even imagine. It's probably a good time. Delivery boy. How did that even come to be?
John, do you remember?
Well, I wasn't. You created the story. That's all you, man. I just remember, man, like 12, 13 years ago, us sitting down and discussing, making the project, doing the project. And you had already scripted it. You had a draft ready, and then you were finalizing it. And it was just the kind of character you fall in love with right away, which I did.
And I remember seeing you, John, seeing your work when you were fresh out of college, art school. Yeah. And I'm like, oh my God, this guy's great. I loved his, I'm a big fan. I don't know, I'm sure you are as well, as we all are. I'm a huge fan of Mike Oeming's art. And you had this dynamics and a lot of great black and whites that you use. You use your chiaroscuro, if you will, to great effect. And I'm like, oh my God, I got to do a book with this guy. I got to meet this guy. I got to do a book with him. and that's where it was born. And it's our simple story of our little, our slacker sushi delivery boy, who, I guess the best thing that ever happened to him was when the zombie apocalypse happens and he becomes a teen sensation. Zombie-Sama!
Zombie-Sama. I think so. We should kick it. Let's check out the video and see what's going to be kicking off the Indiegogo intro. You guys down for that? All right.
Yes, sir.
Comic book fans, zombie killers, and Toshiro Mifune lovers all across the world. It's your old pal Billy Tucci coming to you live from my studio, where I am so proud to announce our very first Indiegogo comic book campaign, Zombie-Sama. So, who is Zombie-Sama? Well, imagine the horror of a sushi delivery boy when he realizes that his sleepy seaside town has come under attack and is literally being eaten alive by nuclear-contaminated, pus-spewing, irradiated zombie freaks. With no other course of action to save his friends, he grabs the restaurant's lone katana, and with it, he is heroically reborn, transformed into teen sensation, Zombie-Sama! Now armed with sword and chainmail armor, conveniently appropriated from a local scuba shop, our hero sets out to save his friends from the irradiated flood of rancorous fallout freaks. Join co-creator John Brolia, digital colorist Paul Little, letterer Mindy Lopkin, and me as we bring you this full-color 60-page graphic novel. We'll also be offering variant covers by John, myself, and European rising star Asha Kishna. And because you demanded it, we'll be offering an Indiegogo exclusive preview ashcan edition of my upcoming She, the Return of the Warrior. So please pledge and not only make the She ashcan a reality, but also Zombie-Sama. And on a personal note, I want to thank each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart for 25 wonderful years in the comics industry. You have literally all changed my life. So once again, please pledge, please share, Indiegogo, peace, love, Zombie-Sama. It could save your life someday.
Zombie-Sama.
Man, Billy, that's a great video. Who did your video editing?
That
is phenomenal.
Mr. Niall Scala, I think, did our video editing.
We need to hire that guy.
John's gorgeous artwork,
It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, we got a lot of cool, and the cool thing about it is that we have a lot of, beautiful graphics. I mean, Paul Little's colors are incredible.
Yeah, he's killing it.
And we've even brought on we have two Indiegogo exclusively made for our Indiegogo audience in particular. The first is John's Zombie-Sama Frazetta Berserker homage cover. I don't know if here on via the Indiegogo, and then with mine, I also made a for the She, the Return of the Warrior preview edition ashcan.
You're welcome, sir. No.
Wes colored my Indiegogo cover. I'm sorry, Wes Hartman did the hardbound cover of mine, and he also did John's Frazetta homage cover. And I think he really pulled it out, huh, John? What do you think?
Yeah, he was great.
Beautiful
I mean, he
job.
brought that together. He really brought that piece exactly where it needed to go.
Yeah,
and we kind of nervous about even doing a Frazetta homage.
You knocked it out of the park, John. You knocked that one out of the park.
You really did, John. You knocked it out of the park, buddy.
As you always do, sir.
As you do.
So what else? So what can the Indiegogoers expect from this campaign? Can you divulge any information on some of the goodies?
Hey guys, can I interrupt for just half a second?
Sure,
Mike. I just want to. I mean, being the kind of resident pop culture professor, as you call me here, I just want to tell you how honored I am, and I just want to thank you for letting me be here tonight. And if I had to sum up everything that I wanted to say, just one major important thing about all the effort that you guys are doing, I'd have to.
Mike, you there?
Did we?
Mike? Mike, can you hear us?
I think we lost the audio. Well, we'll work on that. We'll work on that to keep the professor on.
Yeah,
something very nice.
Let me see what I can do.
We'll keep that up with you and see if we can get you back on somehow.
Come on, Mike. Mike says, he has such a short fuse, too. This guy.
He really does.
Here we go.
Got insurance.
And that's what I was kind of like, should I bring him on or not?
All he's ever wanted to do was be on camera.
That's it.
And, oh, boy.
Guy.
As my daughter says, you're not famous until you're YouTube famous, so this was a shot.
Yeah. And, yeah. Well, what are you going to do there?
We'll just keep Solop on, and we'll keep working to try to get you on, Solop. That's it.
I'll see what I can do. Drink. All right, now, John, just give us a little story. How did you and Billy meet?
Oh, man. How did we meet, Billy? We met in 2005. 2005 San Diego Comic-Con. I met Debbie, and I met Billy's sister-in-law, Lauren, as I was flying through San Diego Comic-Con, and I stopped at the booth, and Billy was extremely busy. I met Debbie, I met Lauren, and they had told me that Billy was looking for an artist, and, Billy had to stay in that night and babysit. So I met Debbie and Lauren, and once we did that, Billy and I finally met, I think, in Pittsburgh, right? We met in Pittsburgh Comic-Con. We sat down. I showed him my artwork.
San Diego.
Well, we didn't meet in San Diego, though.
Yeah, we did. Yes, we did. That's when you were in your first San Diego. Is my audio better, guys, now? I unplugged it. They said I was coming through too loud. Niall, I was coming into... Is this a little better?
There's no echo on our end, so I don't know.
Yeah, I'm good.
Echoing off and on. Let me see if I can plug it better. Hang on. All right. Let me see. I'll do the... No, John, you met Lauren at San Diego Comic-Con when she had William in the wheelchair. I mean, the
wheelchair in the stroller.
Was
scary.
He was 2 years old.
So basically, they were just too drunk to remember, right?
And then you and Lauren hung out. You guys were hanging out, and that's where we met. And then we all hung out in San Diego. I just met you then we all hung out in Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh, yes, yeah. And that's why I showed you my art, and we sat down and we discussed Zombie-Samam.
Yes, I'm gonna put the link in the YouTube page right now.
So so Billy, you initially created Zombie-Samam?
Yes.
Excellent. Yeah, this was this first book. This was all Billy. Like, Billy came up with this great concept, and just brought me in as the artist, and then from there on, I fell in love with the character, and Billy and I became best buds.
Yes.
I mean, the from what you guys have shown me, I'm really excited for the whole book, man. I think it's going to be great. And how do you feel, John? You've done other Kickstarters in the past and stuff, so we all know Billy's view on crowdfunding. What's your full opinion on crowdfunding?
Oh, I love it. I think that right now it's like the best outlet for indie creators. I mean, it's almost impossible to get your stuff pitched or seen at major studios now. There's just only so much space left on the racks. Yeah. And even if you do, and you get your book out with a smaller publisher, again, there's only just so much space in the comic shop. And Marvel and DC put out so many titles a month that it's got to go to the forefront for the comic shop to make money.
Yeah.
This is another great outlet for indie creators to get it straight to the fans, and you're cutting out the middleman.
Yeah.
You're going directly to the fans, which is, the best part of it. The fans, you're getting the exact fans that you want to read your book, and you're getting them extra little goodies that they want to see.
Yeah.
So it's a win-win for everybody.
So it's
yeah.
No, go ahead, Billy. Go ahead.
No, I think that it's again, it's as John to expunge on what John said. It really is the perfect avenue for creators. I mean, you look at what people have done in the past, say, 10 years. And you look at, let's just say, most recently, look at Ethan Van Sciver, what he's done. He is raised with Cyberfrog, I think he's over $800,000.
Oh, wow.
And I think he wanted something like $15,000 or $20,000 for his initial Cyberfrog Kickstarter, and it just, I'm sorry, not Kickstarter, Indiegogo.
Indiegogo.
And what's cool about Indiegogo is how it could just keep growing. The store remains open, and he just blew it out. And he was also gracious enough to invite me onto his show, which I'll be going on tonight, onto Comic Artist Pro Secrets. So I'm really excited about that. And he's been a mentor for me, just like Brian Polito. Now, Brian Polito, this is his 15th, I think. He's done 15th Kickstarter. 15th. Maybe 8 or 10 Lady Deaths, I'm not sure. And now he, with a whole bunch of time left, is all just about at $300,000 already for his campaign. And each one of his campaigns just builds upon the next.
Yeah, he's got it down to a science.
Yeah, and now these guys are giants. They are. And they're the hardest working guys in comics. But if you look at someone even like Bo Smith, and Bo Smith and Tim Rozon were on a show the other night with Winona Earp. And they did Winona Earp, and Winona Earp blew up to $135,000.
Wow.
And that was through Kickstarter as well. But it seems that you look at any number book, you look at Mitch Breitweiser's Red Rooster Indiegogo, that's almost $200,000 that he did through his Indiegogo. So I'm really enticed by Indiegogo, and not just, of course, all sorts of crowdfunding comic levels, and the Kickstarter people were great to us, but Indiegogo just seems to be like gangbusters and really geared towards comics.
Yeah.
It's wonderful how Indiegogo has embraced the comics community, because they do see that it works. They see that it works. They see the money they're making. Because again, let's face it, right, John? Let's face it, everyone, and you guys out there. Comics is a business.
Yeah.
Unless you are independently wealthy and you can afford to do whatever you want to lose money like the big two can. You look at Marvel and DC, and they're putting out some great books. But it seems for the most part, it's almost like their comic book division is it's like a tax write-off almost, because of the numbers, the way the comics are, and the way comic shops are, and the comic shops are shrinking. There's so much, like I said, John said, there's so much competition on the shelves. You go straight in to you go straight to the consumer. It's fantastic. TPQ on our said EBS is around $985,000.
Wow, it's almost at $1 million. That's crazy.
He's almost at $1 million. But
I mean, you know what they do right, and sorry to interrupt you, but you know what they do right, and I'm picking up on a lot of these guys that are hitting these crazy numbers. They have made it so personal for their fans. I mean, they're bringing them into their world. Look at, Brian Polito and his whole, HQ and all that stuff. He invites them all in. So not only do they get to look at these books and, reading, and you guys are on the same path. You're doing the same. They get this internet and they're feeding their imaginations and minds. But then what's even better than having these books is they're building like personal relationships with these creators, which is, even, EVS, I mean, he's brought his fans into his community, and that's what these guys are doing. And that's where I think crowdfunding is the way to go. I think this is our time. This is the time to develop your stuff, develop your characters, develop your stories. Everyone has the tools and the opportunities in front of them. And with the guys out there doing it right and others following suit, I mean, really, it's limitless in creating this different type of comic book world. And I think it's a great thing that I'm witnessing.
Yeah, but also now Baz put in that you guys, thank you guys so much. Echo Bears thanking us for bringing. No, thank you. If you could support, I know we just went live a few minutes ago. But let me check to see where we are. If anybody pledged, let's refresh it. It would be nice if someone pledged. Let's see. Refresh it. Let's see.
Yeah, you want to bring it up on the screen?
Yeah, if you can, why not?
Yeah, why not?
I can't see it. For some reason, I'm not refreshing.
All right, so you're at 185. You have 3 backers right now.
Hey, we got 3 backers already. All right.
You got 3 backers.
Well, now, thank you, Matt.
Bring it in, 4 backer, 5 backer, 6 backer, bring him in.
Now, Baz had said they only care about the movies now, it seems.
It does seem that way.
It does, and they put so much behind this project that the whole point of it is to make a movie. And you see these comics are literally developed to become a film, say. And as the expensive story, what I love about the Indiegogo and the Kickstarter, and I love going crowdfunded comics, is that it's about the comic books. All we want to do is get our comic book made. Yes, we have a film deal for She. Man, if we get a film deal for Zombie-Samam, that would be wonderful.
Yeah,
but
that's all.
Our goal is not
icing on the cake.
Yeah, the goal is not to make this comic about to make a movie. We're doing comics old style, old school. This is like Marvel in the '60s. This is like Stan and Jack. And I'll be your Stan, and you could be Jack, John, on this project, this particular project. But I love the idea. Backer 2, Echo Bear. Thank you very much. Sorry. Okay. Sorry, Billy. I think it's at $785,000.
That's still an incredible amount.
All right. So what? Let's give him another $200,000.
We can give it to him. $100,000.
And the great thing is if Brian Polito does hit over $300,000, or Ethan gets over $800,000, that's great for all of us, because that news is getting out to everyone, that here are these independent publishers of every color of the spectrum, and remember, we're all on the spectrum because we all have issues, comics. Anyway, so we're just different colors. We're just different colors of the rainbow. Hey, how's Soloff doing, Niall? Were you able to fix Soloff's?
I think Soloff's happy right now. I think he's good. He's
looking very
enjoying some spirits, a little smoke, a pipe.
Yeah,
so we all need our pipes.
We're working very hard to get you in, Soloff.
We're connecting through the mainframe. Data sequence.
Feedback stopped. Excellent. The TPQ 1969 said feedback stopped. Huzzah. So, anyway, we have 20 guys. We have 20 watchers, 20 people watching right now with 14 likes. If all of you on our YouTube channel could like this page and also subscribe to it, that would be great. Our goal with Crowdfunding Comics is to showcase everyone, big, small. It doesn't matter what color you are. It doesn't matter what political persuasion you are. It doesn't matter who you voted for. It doesn't matter what your favorite baseball team is. We want to. We find crowdfunding comics to be all-encompassing. We want everyone is invited. Everyone belongs. There's no bullshit. I don't want any little swarthy, snipey, snarky little people like they do on YouTube. And we're all in this together. That's how I feel. We are all competitors. Now, remember that. Comics is a business. But you can also help, or we can have friendly competition where we do help each other. And it was the idea of J.C. Vaughn, one of our other, what do we call our crowdfunding? What are we? Crowdfunding?
Oh, the
crew, the crowdfunding crew, crowdfunding comics crew?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. Crowdfunding comics crew. Crowdfunding comics.
The crowdfunding comics crew.
Yeah, there you go. So
a bunch of outlaws.
Yes. Oh, my son Matthew subscribed. You did.
Oh, hey.
Thank you, bud.
Good man.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
That's a good kid. You should keep him. Keep him around for a bit.
What?
I want to thank Niall, too, for corralling us prior to going live.
I'm sorry. Once I get my command center all set up, then what did you want to say when we were...
While you're streaming, you can make me a moderator for the stream. And if someone's, like, spamming the chat or something, then I could mute them or ban them from the chat.
All right, so I'm taking
All right.
applications. You know,
As said, this is the next revolution in comics. The first since Image in the '90s. And again, if it wasn't for Image Comics, I don't think I'd be here. Okay. Oh, sorry. Lee Ditworks wants to know. So, what's in the Indiegogo that wasn't in the Kickstarter? John, do you want to tell everyone what was in the Indiegogo? What's in the Indiegogo that was not in the Kickstarter?
What do we have? We have our variant covers. Mm-hmm. We've got Billy's She Ashcan cover is different.
Yeah.
We've got my Frazetta homage cover, which I'm very excited about. Big, awesome. Billy and I are both giant. Was friends with Frank, so it meant a lot for me to do this cover for Billy, as much as it was like for me. I wanted that to be part of our book, so that variant cover is exclusive only to Indiegogo.
Yeah,
that should be a good grab for everybody.
Yep, and mine as well. For the like John had said, for the She Return of the Warrior preview Ashcan edition. Mine is an exclusive Indiegogo cover as well. You cannot get any of the basically the only place you can get this book now. And believe it or not, even though we had that 28-day campaign, I got emails from about 5 people saying, "Oh, I'm sorry I missed the Kickstarter." And I'm like, "What? I've been on, I'm on Facebook Live
every day, all day,
talking about it, and you missed it. Well, now you got a chance on Indiegogo.
Yeah.
So this is great. We got a 16-day campaign starting. Well, it just started. I don't know a half hour ago or so.
About 25 minutes ago.
Yeah, the middle image is really cool, John. That was your Akira homage cover.
Yeah.
Yes, the Akira homage cover was really cool. And beautiful. Now we have 21 likes. Thank you, guys. 23 watching, 21 likes. And thank you all, too, for coming onto our Crowdfunding Comics, our new YouTube channel. This is our first week. This is our 3rd show. And we already have... How many, John? How many subscribers? We're at 345 subscribers. 300 almost 3.
Yeah, it's up there.
It's up there. It's getting there.
349 subscribers, Matthew said.
So we're one away to 350.
We're one away to 350, apparently.
Well, that'd be great if we could get to 350 before this stream ends. Now, I think, Billy, if you don't mind, do you want to introduce who our guest is going to be on Friday?
Yes, I think we should.
I think we should.
I think we should.
For those that are here. What's that?
You want to?
Oh, if you don't mind,
No, it's your show. I'm just a guest on today. It's always our show. The thing is that it's our show, and I dominate the conversation. And I'm sorry.
Ethan Van Skymer.
Boom.
The effects.
Nice. The king of Indiegogo. The king of crowdfunding with his one comic. My gosh. No one's raised as much money as Ethan Van Skyver. And I remember speaking to Ethan a year ago in Atlantic City at a small convention. And he was talking about he wants to do this. He wants to do this. And I'm like, you could do this. You're going to kill with it. And who knew what he was going to do? And he's brilliant. He is so funny. He is so smart. He pushes the right buttons to the right people. He drives people nuts, which I love too. He's a rascal, I'd say. Yeah. Would you say Ethan's a rascal?
Yeah.
He's a lovable rascal, and he's a huge supporter of mine, of my family. I've been friends with him for 25 years, and he's just killing it. He really is killing it, and we are so honored to have him on Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and we'll give him as much time as he wants. We'll let him push whatever he wants, and let's see if we can help him get over $800,000. Heck, for the new campaign, get over $900,000. Let's see if we can get him $1 million. He can do it. If we could be a small part of that, and I'm appreciative for him to come on. To allowing me to come on to his show. So I'll be on Comic Artist Pro Secrets, which actually was the first YouTube channel I was ever on. When he first started Comic Artist Pro Secrets, this is about 1.5 years ago now. We were at a very small convention in Daytona Beach, and Ethan had this thing, and we went through She the Way of the Warrior #1, and he had his camera with his phone, and we filmed it, and we spoke, and we just went through this little tutorial, and it was a lot of fun, and he didn't have to do that. He didn't have to have me on. So it was pretty great. And, so I feel 351, Cleveland.
Awesome. We did it. Yes.
Great.
All
right. So subscribe. So I just want to thank him, just like Brian Polito, Jimmy Palmiotti. We hope to have Jimmy on too. Hopefully next week. We have Jimmy booked. We'll see. I know he's really busy. He's got the Planet Comic Con, and he's in Los Angeles right now. But Jimmy, Brian Polito, Ethan, Mark McKenna, who else? Brian Miller. And Christy Miller from Hi-Fi Design. These guys have helped Deborah and I, and now with John too. And John Broly has helped me because John's in several Kickstarters and Indiegogos, or just Kickstarter, right? You never did an Indiegogo?
No, this is the first.
It's your first one.
Yeah.
And I just appreciate everyone. And then Niall and I were talking that, well, of all that I've learned in the past few weeks by doing our very first Kickstarter for Zombie-Samam, which, by the way, we did very well. We were funded in 7 hours for a $15,000 goal for Zombie-Samam. We ended up raising over $32,000 for Zombie-Samam. So thank you all very much. That was through Kickstarter. Now we want to go with our Indiegogo. We're asking for $10,000, and that goal is to help us, to propel us to start making Zombie-Samam 2, Norm of the Dead.
That's right.
So I just love this. I feel rejuvenated myself as being a comic creator again, as being a publisher again. I love looking over paper prices, you know what I mean, and paper weights and checking paper stocks and cover stocks. And I just love this. I writing out the script again, but it's a script for my own creator-owned thing with John. And there's just nothing like it in the world to be able to put your idea on paper and have someone else buy it and then bring it to you to sign. Even though all of our books come signed from our Indiegogo.
Yeah. Be scouting when you go to your cons for your appearances and stuff, see what kind of talent's out there for maybe any future projects you have?
Oh, sure. I think, well, where I'll go scouting, I think, though, is to walk around the conventions and find other people that are crowdfunding, that want to crowdfund their books. And we'll bring them on the show. Niall, what I find amazing about the crowdfunding comics is that so many people are friends. We asked about, we started, we had this idea about 5 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago?
4 or 5 weeks ago, and we just, I think me and you were kind of like, I don't want to say put everything on the back burner, but I mean, any free second we had, we were calling each other, messaging back, oh, let's do this, let's do that, let's do this. And I think we pulled something together great, and just the outpour. I mean, emails after emails, texts, phone calls, here's my project, and it's like, wow. Man, we were just talking about this in a Starbucks. And now,
we're booked.
Here we are.
Yeah,
we're booked.
Yeah, we're booked now into May. And we're booked so much into May that now we're trying to condense the guests we already booked so we can start bringing on a lot of new people that we've just met. We've met a lot of new friends in the beginning we're going to do a crowdfunded call out, which means we're going to call out these projects that are currently live. But in the meantime, we're trying to condense our guests that have been stretched out into May into the month of April so we can start bringing on these new people, new campaigns that we met. So I think we're doing 3 or 4 shows next week, right?
3 or 4 if maybe later tonight 5. We might have 5 shows next week.
Yeah, we might have 5 because we're trying to put this in because it is so much fun.
I mean, I've invested now. I've got a business class internet coming in so that we can get the HD recordings to be the same quality as our stream. So, I mean, the demand's just, it made it worth it. And what do we want? We've only been really technically on for like a week. It's just, you might as well hit it hard if the demand's there. And we're, like you said, we're making great friends. And you know what? As Billy said earlier, everyone's welcome and invited. Everyone can be a part of this, and that's what we have. We have such a diverse of, these heavy hitter rock stars in the industry to some of these up and comers that just have styles of their own that in a few more years, the sky's the limit for them. and we have them on too. So, you know, a successful $5,000 campaign to a successful, I don't know, has anyone hit $1 million?
No,
crowdfunding?
not in comics. Not in comics. Ethan hit the most so far with his either 785,000 or I'm going to ask him. I'm going to find out.
Yeah, find out tonight.
Yeah, I will. Come on. I'll be on Comic Artist Pro Secrets.
I'm subscribed to him, so I will be on. I'll be chatting away in the chat there.
Excellent. And we'll get going. So we'll do this. There's also a couple other things. John and I will be doing sketch covers. Right, John, with the Zombie-Samam sketch edition, and I think that's limited to maybe 25 only each.
Yeah,
it's a lot of work, man.
It is.
You're doing a lot of sketches. You're doing a lot more sketches than I am, John.
I'm not only sketching, but I'm working on another project now, and I'm about 20-something pages into that already, and I only started this month, so it's like
wow.
Yeah.
Can you, John, can you give us a little insight on this project, or is it still kind of top secret?
I can't talk. It's for a major publisher, which is great. It's for a publishing company I've wanted to work for forever. And, you know, it's a great opportunity. I'm working with Neil Clyde and Frank Reynoso is doing colors. Neil Clyde's the writer on it. Oh, man. Working with them has been great. We've got a great editor. I'm actually working with an editor, you know, which is new to me. That's a new... that's a new thing for me, and it's been great. So I'm really looking forward to this project coming out, and I want to get done with it as quickly as possible. So as soon as it's wrapped, Zombie-Samam 2 starts. We've got the script. We've got the script of Zombie-Samam 2, and I just want to get drawing on the book.
Dorm of the Dead.
Dorm of the Dead.
And how many pages is Zombie-Samam 2, John?
Roughly 100.
Epic.
Wow.
Well, that's what we're doing. We're doing like the Yojimbo saga, you know?
Yeah.
The Musashi saga, actually. That's what we're doing. Yeah. Modern day twist on the samurai story, and it's a lot of fun, really humorous. And like I said, John is the true heart and soul of Zombie-Samam.
Yeah, man. Oh, man.
So,
I love this character. I love working on this project with Billy. So, you know, we'll do as many as we can. You know, if we could do one Kickstarter and Indiegogo a year, that'll be great.
Well, that's basically like 5 issues that you're penciling and inking and writing. 5 issues a year. I think that's a lot.
Yeah, well, we'll get it done. I'm on a roll.
But when you love it, but when it's what you love, it's so worth it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I don't need to sleep. Who
You
sleeps?
don't need to sleep. There's plenty of sleep when you die. Just have fun and
just get me that Zombie-Samam mug so I can put some coffee in it.
Okay, you got yes. I have the order in. Give me a few minutes. All right, so we're gonna jet if that's okay.
Yeah.
Guys, if you're up here, I'm gonna be going onto Ethan's page right now. I just want to set up my thing because it's through Google Skype. Oh, Michael Soloff, how we doing? Have you gotten your audio fixed yet?
Oh, he's got a banana.
Oh, he's got a banana.
All right.
Ask him.
Well, I'm sure we will be coming on again. I'm sure we'll come on tomorrow evening. Niall, for a little bit to talk about where we are in the first 24 hours of our campaign. John, if we could bring you on too, and we'll have Michael Soloff back on again.
So I guess we're just calling it just Silent Soloff now.
Silent Soloff.
Silent Soloff.
We'll get that fixed, and hopefully we'll have some time for Mr. Soloff. So
thank
you all, guys. Thank each and every one of you. I'm gonna. The link is posted on the page. We are now 2% funded. So tally-ho. Thank you guys for doing it. I'm going to go on Ethan's page right now. And, guys, peace, love, Zombie-Samam. You all kick ass. And if anyone's on YouTube right now, go to crowdfunding. Go to Comic Artist Pro Secrets and join me with the king of crowdfunding, Mr. Ethan Van Sciver. Thank you, Niall. You want to maybe run our video?
Yeah. All right, we'll run the Indiegogo one more time. But, hey, also make the time to follow. Like, share, subscribe, whatever you guys can do. Ring that bell so you know when we're on. And make sure to stalk John Broglio. Yes. The guy's fantastic. His art is unreal. And make his life miserable. Make him draw till his fingers bleed. All right, guys.
He's a handsome man.
He is a handsome man.
Thank you, everybody.
All right, buddy. Talk to you later.
All right, gents.
Thanks.
Tally-ho! Tally-ho! Tally-ho to Indiegogo!
Greetings, comic book fans, zombie killers, and Toshiro Mifune lovers all across the world. It's your old pal Billy Tucci coming to you live from my studio, where I am so proud to announce our very first Indiegogo comic book campaign, Zombie-Samam! So, who is Zombie-Samam? Well, imagine the horror of a sushi delivery boy when he realizes that his sleepy seaside town has come under attack and is literally being eaten alive by nuclear-contaminated, pus-spewing, irradiated zombie freaks. With no other course of action to save his friends, he grabs the restaurant's lone katana, and with it, he is heroically reborn, transformed into teen sensation, Zombie-Samam! Now armed with sword and chainmail armor, conveniently appropriated from a local scuba shop, our hero sets out to save his friends from the irradiated flood of rancorous fallout freaks. Join co-creator John Brolia, digital colorist Paul Little, letterer Mindy Lopkin, and me as we bring you this full-color 60-page graphic novel. We'll also be offering variant covers by John, myself, and European rising star Asha Kishna. And because you demanded it, we'll be offering an Indiegogo exclusive preview ashcan edition of my upcoming She, The Return of the Warrior. So please pledge and not only make the She ashcan a reality, but also Zombie-Samam. And on a personal note, I want to thank each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart for 25 wonderful years in the comics industry. You have literally all changed my life. So once again, please pledge, please share, Indiegogo, peace, love, Zombie-Samam. It could save your life someday.